This is the second part of your civics lesson, India, a diverse nation, and we are continuing with the features why India is called as a diverse nation. And in the previous video, I have explained you about the features of geographical features, languages, religions, and festivals. Now, in this part, I will explaining you the remaining topics. That is, the next topic is about dance and music. Here, see, you can see in the slide here the different dance forms of India and the musical forms of India. See, dance has always been an important part of our tradition. Tradition means our culture. Now, depending on this, there are two major kinds of dance, not types, kinds of dance: classical dance and folk dance. For example, Bharatnatyam is a popular classical dance of Tamil Nadu, Kathakali in Kerala, Kathak in North India, Kuchipudi in Andhra Pradesh, Manipuri dance in Manipur, Odissi in Odisha. These are the classical dance forms in different states of our country. Same way, folk dance such as Garba of Gujarat, Bhangra of Punjab, Ghumar dance of Rajasthan, and Bihu dance of Assam are some of the popular folk dances of our country. There are many more dances. I have just given you the example that these are the different types of dances of our country, and the two main kinds are folk dance, in that will come Garba, Bhangra and so on, and classical dance means Bharatnatyam, Kathakali, Kuchipudi. All these are classical dances. Now, see children, why dance is so important? Because dance also adds color to our country's culture, and this is one of the other form of diversity. The different dances adds different diversity in our country. In the same way, music also. Like the dance, Indian music is also two types: classical, that is Hindustani classical, and Carnatic. Now, in North India, Hindustani, and in South India, Carnatic. Carnatic music is a form of music of South India, whereas Hindustani classic, it is also called as Gharana, that is a part of North India. And different songs and music are played on different festivals or during wedding times. The different music is played and the songs are played. So this also adds diversity to our country, like we saw in the geographical features, that is mountains, plateaus, plains. We saw different languages, we saw different religions, we saw different festivals, and now this topic is considering about dance and music. So I hope that you are understanding that why India has so many diversity, why India is full of differences in our country. Differences means not that kind of difference, high and low. I am not talking about that difference. Differences means here what? Different types of cultures, and that adds diversity to our country. Now, the next is food and clothes. I hope your mouth has started watering now, seeing all the food items. See, India, no other country has so much variety of food items as India has. India has a rich variety of food items. All over the world, Indian dishes are very popular. And you know why the Britishers had come to our country? Only for the spices. Spices means masala, like pepper, kali miri, cardamom means elaichi, turmeric means haldi, clove. And because of this reason, the people all over the world had come to India only for trading. That is, India was rich in spices, and because of this spices, or we say masala, garam masala, because of this, our food items are so tasty, children. You know, there are varieties of food items of our India. For example, we have Gujarati thali, we have Punjabi thali, we have Maharashtrian thali, we have Punjabi food, and so on. Like we have sweet dishes are so different of Bengal. We have all the types of Bengali sweets like Rasgulla, Sandesh. In Gujarat, we have Gujarati thali, Kathiawadi food. Punjab, we have Punjabi dishes. South India, we have idli, dosa, and so on. So there are different varieties of food we can't even count here. Because of the climatic conditions, because of the landform, that is, I explained you, geographical features, because of the geographical features and climate, the different varieties of food and food grains are grown in our country. Different spices are grown, different fruits are grown, different vegetables are grown, and because of this we have different varieties of food dishes. For example, Punjab is famous for its makke ki roti and sarson ka saag. Tamil Nadu is famous for dosa. Gujarati thepla, dhokla are very popular. Like sweet dishes, I told you, rasgulla, laddu, kheer, jalebi. I'm really hoping that your mouth has started watering. Now you can tell your mother to cook different varieties for you. I know you have been eating so many varieties in this lockdown period. All moms are busy in cooking only different varieties of food. And now you can try different dishes. Now you have come to know that there are different dishes in our country. So on seeing on Google or YouTube, you can even try more different dishes. You can help your mom in cooking and try out different dishes. So India is diverse in food items also. So a lot of diversity, a lot of taste is seen in our country, and in all over the world Indian dishes are very famous. Second topic is clothes. Now clothes means our costumes, what we wear. So India is known for the variety of costumes, different style of what we say costumes in different parts of the country. For example, like lehenga choli in Gujarat, salwar kurta in Punjab, long woolen kurtas called firan in Kashmir, and lungi in South India. Saris is also worn in different styles in different parts of our country. So traditional attire means our dressing style is different in all parts of our country. So Indian women have a variety of dresses. You must have seen different patterns, and this diversity in clothing is depending upon the climate of the place also. And you know, men also have varieties of clothing like kurta pajama, dhoti kurta, lungi, pant shirt, trousers, jeans. All this is also there. Now the what we say men folk in Punjab, Rajasthan and Haryana usually wear pagdi also. Turban it is called pagdi. So that is called as turban in English. That is also seen in Punjabis, in Rajasthanis, in Haryanvis, all these. And you must have seen different festivals. We wear so much variety of clothing, and in shop also you will find so much diversity. So India is full of diversity, children. Let it be clothes, food, religion, festivals, or the landforms, or the climate, or the languages. Totally we are full of diversity. Now that doesn't mean that we are not united. In spite of this diversity, we are united, and this will be explained in this unity in diversity. I have written few points here. That I have told you that there are so many varieties, so many diversities, differences, but one common bond, children. That is, we are Indians first. Always we have to say that we are Indians first. Later on we are Gujarati or Maharashtrian or whatever you want to say, but first we are Indians. So that is our bond. Bond means we are connected with each other with the unity of our country, and that is why the slogan is unity in diversity. You know, means anywhere you go in the world, if you tell I am an Indian, oh, in India means unity in diversity. Yes, so this slogan you will carry wherever you go in any part of the world. Indian means unity in diversity. No other country has so much diversity and unity, but here we have diversity also and we are united also, and that is called unity in diversity. So I will read the few points here. That the great Indian poet Muhammad Iqbal has written a patriotic song, Sare Jahan Se Acha Hindustan Hamara. This song you must have heard, and it just tells you about the uniqueness of our country. uniqueness. India is a unique country, like how our earth is a unique planet, that no other planet has life on it, only the earth has life on it, so it is called as an unique planet. Unique means sabse hatke, sabse alag. In the same way, India is also unique country. Unique country means no other country has such diversity and such unity. So सारे जहाँ से अच्छा हिंदुस्तान हमारा means India first. So this song will tell you how we are united, and our country is such a great country in terms of unity in diversity. This is the uniqueness of our country. So first, afterwards you should tell that I am Maharashtrian, or I am a Punjabi, or I am a Gujarati. First, always remember that you are a Indian first. And this diversity underscores the unity that all Indians share, that we are citizens of this proud country. So in unity, in diversity, and how diversity enriches our life, first of all, I will just summarize the points here, that it adds color to our lives. Otherwise, our life would have become boring by following the same days. We have so many different festivals, so many different days, so many cultures. So India, this adds color to our lives. It gives us a chance that how to live with different people. Indians will not have any, what we say, adjusting issues. Means we adjust with everyone. We have that tolerance in our, it is inbuilt in our body. Because we are Indians, we know how to be tolerant with other, means how to respect other people, because we are coming from a diverse nation. So that quality is there inside us, that we respect each other's religions, we respect each other's cultures, so we don't have any problem to adjust with others. We are already adjusting, and we know this quality that we can live with other people in easily. Like, we also appreciate the others' differences, that yes, their festival is different, but we have respect for them. And also we learn from each other, that yes, this food variety is of this place, but we like to learn that we can try out this food dish also, no matter from where it is, from South India or North India or East India or West India. We like to try out all the food items, means we learn from each other's traditions, also we learn from each other's religions also. So this diversity teaches us to be tolerant of opinions and beliefs of the people, and respect each and every one. So wherever we go, we are one and Indians first. Here in this lesson, you have two case studies. Case studies is in the textbook, that is the pink box. Case study is given Ladakh and Kerala. Why these two places are given? Ladakh is in the extreme north and Kerala in the extreme south. Here two case studies are given. Here to lifestyle of the Ladakh people, lifestyle of the Kerala people. They are Indians only. They are part of country, our country India only. But see how the differences are there. That I will read for you, that Ladakh is located in the north of India, whereas Kerala is located to the south of India. Here the difference is there in terms of language, food items, clothing, occupation means agriculture, fishing, all that. So this is different. So this, children, you have to read it, and when you get the textbook, I know might be you will get the textbook soon, or you must have got the textbook when this video is uploaded. But when you go through the textbook, there are many info-pable box. Now info-pable box means what? Informative box. Extra information is given in the lesson. So that also you have to read it. I will just read a few info-pable box for you. That is, info-pable box is of, for example, here it is given how the Commonwealth Games opening ceremony was done in India according to the Namaste tradition. Now in this lockdown, you have understood the value of Namaste. Means we don't have to shake hands with each other, we have to just do Namaste. So this cultural heritage of India, it is very traditional, or it is very old culture, but this Namaste, now it is useful at this lockdown. Also you will see that India is a what we say, it according to the constitution, Every Indian citizen has to value and preserve its rich heritage culture of our country. Also in one more infobable box it is given here which religion is followed and how much population of people follows the religion. For example, Hinduism is followed by 79% of people of our country. Like this, the different religions information is given in the infobable box in the textbook. So when you get the textbook or when you read the textbook, you have to go through this infobable box. For example, Angkor Wat is the largest Hindu temple in the world. Then Jama Masjid is one of the largest mosques in the world. So this also you have to go through the infobable box. So I hope children you have understood the lesson. This is unity in diversity, and I already explained you why India is diverse, which are the features: geographical features, languages, religions, festivals, dance, music, food, clothes. This is the diversity. And how we are united? By one single bond, that is, there is no, whether there are differences of languages and festivals, but we are united and we have brotherhood, bhaichara, what we say, we have brotherhood among us, and this is appreciated all over the world. Indian culture is appreciated all over the world, and we have got the tagline unity in diversity. India means unity in diversity. Also here case study is given of Ladakh and Kerala. You have to go through the textbook, and the final summarization of the points I will say here: diversity exists all around us in various forms. In spite of all the differences, culture, religion, language, food, custom, festival, there is feeling of oneness. Oneness मतलब एकता. हम लोग के बीच में क्या है? एकता. We are one. And among all Indians, we should tell that first we are an Indian. India has a rich variety of food items. Not only in India, people like these food items all over the world. Music, dance, art, everything shape up the culture and richness of our country. So our India is rich because of this diversity. Indian culture is dynamic. Dynamic means excellent, tolerant, varied and rich. So students, I hope you have understood both the parts of the lesson. Unity in diversity, that is India, a diverse nation. Soon I will be sending you the notes of all the 3 chapters. So we have finished 1 chapter in history, 1 chapter in geography and 1 chapter in civics. Try to complete the notes which I will be sending you. So try to complete your work on time in your notebook and refer to the videos again and again. Suppose in one time you don't understand, so refer to the video. Video is there with you only. So anytime you don't understand, you open the video, listen to the video, read the textbook. That will help you out, children. I know it is difficult without teacher. It is difficult for you to understand, but then too you listen to the video, read the textbook, refer to the dictionary, write down the points. You will definitely understand, children. Okay, and you can also go through the videos. You can go on the YouTube and find out more videos of explained by different teachers also. That will also help you. So bye for this lesson, children. Hope you must have understood the lesson, and thank you.